Hello YouTubers, well, let's go and learn calligraphic art of writings. Well, I learned by myself while I was in school, and what I learned, there are 4 or 5 basic tips. Well, first of all, let's start with the angle of your script. Well, you can do, for example, if you're writing something like any sentence in vertical lines, so always write then all letters in vertical direction. So that is having said, we move to the second tip. So this is actually what kind of pen, what kind of the writing pencil you use. So the width determines, for example, the letters, what kind of letters are you drawing or writing. The width should be all the time same all over the script, and this determines the beauty and pattern of your calligraphic lines. What I call the third and fourth is actually the heads and the foot of your letters. Head is actually in old Gothic styles is the upper part of the letter, so this I call it head, and this is actually you can do whatever design, for example, in any letter, which I will show you later on. So this is in all letters has to be in more or less similar kind and similar pattern. So this head, and similarly in the bottom of the letter, the foot, what we call it, makes the beauty of your calligraphic script. So the third principle, heads and foot, having said, we move to the fourth principle or tip. Here is what I call is very thin lines. So the thin lines is actually, for example, I just already mentioned here in the bottom an example. This is a thin line here, what we see here. So these lines actually add more beauty in your writings, and these lines are actually, it should be somehow steadily distributed all in the sentence and have shown a pattern, something like this here and this. So this, after writing simple letters, you add later on the vertical thin lines or horizontal or angled lines, and these are distributed all over the sentence. Yeah, there are some basic tips and tricks. Let's start with the writings.